The Sun this morning has reacted to the attacks on Israel by talking about fears that Iran and Hezbollah could activate sleeper cells across Europe and launch terrorist attacks. And the person who is offering this advice is Colonel Richard Kemp, who led the British forces in Afghanistan, and he talks about a real danger. He says that Tehran was furious after Israel wiped out Hassan Nasrallah, but I think this is just grabbing headlines at this moment. There's always an anxiety about terror, and it's simply a matter of being alert and aware. And he says that the Hezbollah and its IRGC sponsors have a massive network in many, many countries. That network does a number of things. It provides funding for Hezbollah. There are fundraising operations here in the UK and other countries in Europe that raise funds and get them to Hezbollah. But there's also a network of sleeper cells inside European countries, including here in the UK, which have been established for a long time. They will be activated at the right moment when Hezbollah or the IRGC decide that's the time to do so. And he says that these terrorist cells act as a deterrent to stop the Western powers attacking Iran, and also as some form of retaliation. And without a doubt, he says, if Hezbollah is allowed to continue to exist in some form, in a dangerous form, then its primary purpose will be to retaliate or to deter, and if necessary, retaliate against attacks on Iran by either the US or Israel. If Israel does carry out a severe attack on Iran, Iran is largely defenseless in terms of its retaliation capacity. It's possible that they could revert to attacks elsewhere outside Israel using the sleeper cells that they have in place, whether it be to carry out car bomb attacks against Israeli embassies. They could attempt that, and that potentially presents a wider threat which would impact this country just as much as it could on any other country. It's a danger we should bear in mind, an Israeli attack which Iran is unable to retaliate to. And I suppose it's possible. I think it's I think there's nothing new in this, and this network of terror isn't something that has just suddenly occurred. There were there have been events throughout Europe. In Heathrow, there was uranium found in January last year. In France, there was a bomb, a plot to bomb in 2018. In Switzerland, 1990. Greece, Iran-linked terrorist hijacks a plane heading for Athens in 1985. So it's been going on for long enough for the secret services here to be aware and to be prepared. And I don't think this is something that we should be particularly over anxious about. It's an ever-present threat.